Fill your funnel with leads in less than 60 days with these 3 methods. Hello, coaches and practitioners. Welcome back to another episode of Coach to Coach, where in this episode, I'm going to be going over different things that you can implement within your business to fill your lead funnel with new, highly qualified leads. And we're going to do this in less than 60 days. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 categories of methods and tools. Number 1, what you can do yourself to fill your funnel, because there's a lot of things you can do. Number 2, what others can do for you to fill your funnel, because we can leverage people. And number 3, what you can pay for to fill your funnel. Now, before I go into each section, just quickly, I want to expand on that not so magic 60-day number that I just shared. Because you see, most business owners that I've come across, especially in the coaching field, they have these crazy long conversion windows. And a conversion window is basically the time from when someone learns about you or sees you to when they actually decide to opt into your coaching or to join into one of your programs. So this conversion window, it has a completely different time frame depending on, number 1, whether you're promoting a service like coaching programs or sessions, or number 2, whether or not you're promoting and selling a product, something like maybe supplements or workout equipment. So when it comes to selling a product, the conversion window is stupid short. And it's unreal to think that someone can see a product on Instagram like a cold tub and then actually purchase it the same day. And that's because products are largely impulse buys, so people usually don't have to spend a lot of time building trust. Basically, as long as that product has good reviews, as long as the people selling the product are responsive, and as long as there's a crazy good price structure, maybe a payment plan, then really that product is going to have a short window because it can be sold pretty quickly. It's not the case with services like coaching, though. When it comes to coaching, you're going to have to do a lot more work to get these people to invest. And that's because you're going to have to build emotional connection with the person. Then you're going to have to educate them on their problem. And then you're going to have to share with them testimonials and client proof to show that you are the specific person that can help them. So there's a lot of gears before a coaching program is sold. So for some coaches and business owners in the Coach to Coach program, I've seen their process and conversion window take 6 months to multiple years, where they're getting people on consults and in the DMs saying, "Oh, I've been following you for like 8 months now, and now I'm ready." Now, while it's great that these people are reaching out and they're finally asking you to sign up eventually, it's important to understand that the conversion window you have needs to be shorter than the length of your main programs and the length of your offers. And here's why: it's called churn. No coaches really talk about this, but client churn is what kills business growth. You can't have more people exit than people that you are bringing in, because you're never going to be able to scale your long-term revenue if you keep working with the same amount of people month over month. So for example, let's say it takes your average client 6 months to go from seeing you initially to buying from you, but your program is maybe only 3 months long from start to finish. Then that means you're going to have the potential to lose 2 customers before even acquiring 1 client. Now that's going to become an uphill battle for any coach, let alone the situation that you're in. So when I work with our clients inside of our Coach to Coach program, I aim to get them at max a 90-day conversion window, but typically we try to get everyone from people seeing the content to actually signing up to convert in 60 days. When you do this, it makes it significantly easier to build reoccurring revenue inside your business, which is what you need to build the team and to scale ads if you plan on doing ads in the future. Also, too, as a PS, we still have spots available to join the Coach to Coach program because we're starting November 1st. So if you're in that ready state to take your business to the next level, check out the video description for the link to apply, and we can hop on a discovery call to see how I can help you grow. Now, back to the step 1 piece. Step 1, you need to shorten your conversion window if it's too long. And to do this, you're going to have to make sure that your funnel system is value stacked. So when you do get a lead, you can build that trust quickly, because there's nothing worse than working your butt off to get a lead only to have them leave or find some support somewhere else, which, by the way, it actually does happen. There are tons of other coaches out there. So if someone builds trust faster than you, boom, you can anticipate that person working with them. So if you're asking yourself, well, what goes into a value stack funnel, Andrew? then what I would encourage you to do is to check out a training that I did called Build a Value Stack Funnel System That Attracts Leads. I'll make sure to link it in the description for this episode as well, just so you can find it super quickly. That's a different topic. What I want to get into now is funnel filling. So starting with number one is what you can do yourself. So if you're currently at the level of solopreneur, you've got a small team under 3 people, this is going to be a great place to start filling your leads, because all of these things I'm going to share with you simply just take your time. There's nothing needed but time in the day to create or to do any of these actions. So number one, the first thing that you can do is create and share a free guide. Free guides are ways for people to build trust, to learn more about their initial problem, and allows you to position a very low barrier offer that someone can then trade a name, email, and phone number for. And this is very important, especially for long-term lead nurture, because someone might be seeing you for the first time, but through email sequences and through additional offers, they might buy the 3rd offer or the 4th offer in. So creating a guide is a great way to be able to talk about a specific problem. So for example, inside of Coach to Coach, we have something that's called our Effortless Content Guide that has a 3-step system to create about 20 to 30 pieces of content within 5 hours every single week. So when people are like, ooh, I'm struggling to generate content consistently, then it's very easy for them to say, hey, you know what, Andrew, I would love your guide. And then that guide is going to put them in a nurture sequence in which I can then start to share other offers that are related to content or the Coach to Coach program in itself. Now, the second thing that you can do is you can host a masterclass and a seminar. And if you are someone that does not have a big audience, you're saying to yourself, Andrew, I can't even get someone to sign up for a program. How can I get people into a masterclass and seminar? This is very, very easy. You can leverage other people, other people's social medias, other people's clients. And you could say, hey, I'd love to do a masterclass or a seminar for you, and create a topic specific on one of the key pillars inside your coaching program. That way, people can see how you can help in that area, and then you can provide them with some value and say, hey, there's also a program that deals with this and the rest of the solution, which helps connect your offer. And this is what's called a value draw. Now, the third thing that you can do is you can offer companies speaking opportunities. I still do this to this day, and I'm super excited. Actually, I can't share the company name, damn it, because I signed an NDA, but I'm super excited at the end of the year to share the company NDA name. But I got a really, really big company that I'm going to be doing a speaking engagement for, all because I reached out and said, hey, I specialize in hormones, I specialize in coaching, would love to talk to you guys about coaching and mental health. And so they said, hey, let's get you and your team to be able to do this, and let's have you speak to 15 of our branch offices. And I love that. It's exciting for me. It fires me up. But speaking opportunities helps position me as the professional, as the coach. So when other people see me, not only can I pitch and promote to the people I'm speaking to that day, but I can also share with other people, hey, if you know any other companies that are looking for speaking engagements, then you can connect them with me. And that's how you slowly build your list and start to fill your funnel with more clients. Now, the final thing that you can do is you can hop on the podcast as a guest. And when it comes to podcasts and guests, you don't need a large following. What you need is to be knowledgeable and to actually approach the person running the podcast, with a high level of care. Where people make the mistake and ask for podcast guest positions is they're like, hey, I would love to hop on as a guest for your podcast. Here's what I can talk about. Please have me on. And the person is asking themselves, okay, well, that's great that this is going to benefit you and I'm going to share my audience, but how can you benefit me? Is there anything that I can go on? Is there anything that you can share? Are you going to share the podcast? Do you even know what the podcast is about? And so when you hop on a podcast as a guest, do your research, listen to their episodes, make sure it aligns with your brand, offer either referral fee, commission-based bonus if people come from the podcast, and then lead with, here's the value that I can provide to your audience. That way, the actual host is saying, hey, you know what? There's a lot of benefit here, as well as I've seen some maybe other masterclasses and seminars that the person has sent me. I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to have them on the podcast because it's good content anyways. So all of those things are things that you can do without a team. And even though I've scaled my team and I've grown 3 separate businesses, these are all still things that I use regularly, and I use them for a couple of reasons. When it comes to guides, I believe that everyone should have more knowledge about this specific thing so they can learn what type of problem that they have. Especially when it comes to coaching, the last thing I want to do is have people on consultation calls for coach to coach and they don't know what their problems are. They're like, hey, I'm struggling, but I'm not sure what you can help me with. I'm not sure where we start in this journey. That's someone to me who is too low in the level of struggle for me to be able to highly support them with our high level programs. So a guide is a great way for people to learn about specific things, apply some tools, build some trust within me. So when they hop on the call, they know exactly what they're looking for and they know how I can be able to help them. Now, when it comes to master classes and seminars, I use those specifically because I built a value stacked funnel system that involves live training and speaking. I do retreats every year. I do seminars. I do talks all the time. And so it's a great way for me to showcase my coaching, showcase the way that I speak and the way that I'll work with them by also giving them and sharing with them information. So when they learn from me, when they're sitting with me for an hour and a half, when they're getting questions asked, they can picture themselves in that hot seat coaching for coach to coach. And they can say to themselves, wow, you know what? This coach, if I'm having conversations like this, I imagine this is what our one-on-one coaching is going to be like. So I love the value of a masterclass and seminar because the value draw at the end can be a light pitch to the program in which someone is going to be open because you gave them an hour or an hour and a half of value building in the masterclass. And then when it comes to the speaking engagements, the reason why I continue to do speaking is because I will always be a social person. Long form content and long form creative is something that I enjoy because I love to fully explain the entirety of the thing. 30 seconds, 45 seconds, it's really often not enough for me to showcase who I am as a coach and how we can transform your life. So when I get invited to seminars, when I'm doing talks, when I'm speaking for companies, I get to sit down with that team for 2 hours, 3 hours, and dive deep and show such a high level of value that the people going across are going to say, hey, you know what? We have other companies, we have other branches that we can have this person speak. It's also great from a speaking perspective, and I'll share this with you guys. I'm in the midst of writing a book right now, and that book is going to be the thing that I actually charge instead of a speaker's fee. So I tend to charge anywhere from $660 to $800 for a single hour in terms of speaking. But when you have a book, I can just tell them, hey, buy 30 copies, buy 40 copies for the book. It ends up being cheaper than the speaker fee, but it's also going to result in book sales, which is going to help skyrocket my book to #1 bestseller, which is what I want from the book when it comes out. So my reasons for still spending the individual time doing this is because it works, it brings consistent clients, it builds a high level of trust, it clarifies what types of struggles people have. So when they actually sit in front of me, whether it's for a consultation for coach to coach, whether it's an application for fast launch or for client converting content, they know exactly what problem they're having and they know how I can help them with that problem. Now that we've talked about #1, now I'm going to go into #2, and this is what others can do for you. So this one is largely about establishing high quality connections, and it's going to take your time up front, but long term, it's actually going to provide you with the highest quality of leads who just by connection alone are going to take you up on your offers and your programs. So the first thing that I would do when it comes to getting other people to help is develop a system, and this is a referral system. So ask clients, family, and friends for referrals. If you're a coach and you're at that 8 to kind of 12K monthly reoccurring revenue, one of the easiest ways to hit 20K a month very, very quickly is to develop a referral system. You should have a referral system when someone joins on the onboarding. Hey, I'm going to ask you for 3 or 4 friends in the midway for this program. When you start to see results, because I'm all in on you, I'd love to be able to help your friends and family as well too. Perfect. You've sown the seed. Then halfway through the program, you ask for referrals again. Then every single time someone sends a testimonial in or they send something that's super successful, you say, hey, I'm super pumped up. Can't wait to help transform your life even further. Just curious, who do you know who could also use this type of transformation? So we want to have a system inside our business that allows us to ask clients for their family, for their friends, and for other connections, because typically when a client refers someone else, they're also going to be like-minded like your client. So they're already going to be vetted. They're already going to see the results that you've delivered to that client. And so it's going to be easier for someone to connect with you and to join your program. Now, the second thing in this section would be to seek out affiliate marketing connections. It's incredible to me how many coaches are nutritionists or they're practitioners or they're hormone helpers, they're personal trainers, and they solely focus on one thing. And they're like, hey, I only do food. I only do hypnotherapy. I only do personal training, or I only do online coaching. And there are so many other things that are involved in helping the client. So for example, if your client does blood work on the regular, can you connect with an affiliate to get a certain percentage of the commission and possibly get referrals? If your client is buying workout equipment or workout gear, can you go and broker with either a company or someone local and say, hey, I will refer my clients to you. And in turn, whenever your clients who are looking for fitness equipment say, hey, I'm looking for a trainer, or I'm looking for a nutritionist, you can also refer both ways. We underestimate the amount of affiliate marketing, and all it takes is 3 connections for you to get 15 referrals a month. It's something I did with our Clean Basics company. It's something I did with our hormone coaching, and it's something I did with our studio. I partnered with gym equipment and I was getting referrals through there. I partnered with naturopathic doctors to get referrals for the fitness piece. I partnered with chiropractors because after people need adjustments, they're probably going to start needing to work on their physical health. And I started partnering in other different ways, like connections with people who could do blood work and stuff. So all of these affiliates can help you draw those 3 to 4 referrals. And if you're saying to yourself, like, I don't know, how big can I build my business off of 3 to 4 referrals a month? Well, if you think about it, my average coaching program was $3,500. So if I got 3 referrals and let's say 2 of them signed up, that's 7K. 7K a month, because our clients either pay in full or they do it in 2 split payments. $7,000 a month of just 2 additional clients straight from referrals makes a large difference in building your monthly reoccurring revenue. So just consider that if you're thinking to yourself, well, who could I have as an affiliate or a connection? Now, the final thing in this section would be to join or visit networking groups. Just like you can build affiliate marketing with people who service your clients, there are a lot of people who come across business that they will never touch. Plumbers, tradespeople, electricians, website developer guys, all of those people network regularly and are looking for clients. And just like you are looking for clients when it comes to your coaching, these people are looking for clients to them. Joining and visiting a networking group benefits your company in 2 ways. First is visibility, because you're sharing your audience, you're sharing what you're looking for with more amount of people. And the second thing is it gives you multiple marketing arms, because every single person who knows about your business has the potential to refer you. So I joined a networking group and it was a part of my first 6 years of business, and it was game changing for me because everyone coming from the networking was already vetted. They were high qualified. They wanted to speak with me. I got an email introduction and it was just like, hey, when can we start? And it was very, very easy. And those clients to date are the clients that have paid the most and have stayed the longest because they value the connection. And just like people are going to connect you, you also have the capability of referring one of your clients to them. And that's going to make you look like a superstar in your clients' eyes because you're solving them with a need. You're helping them solve a need outside of just the way that they're coaching with you. Now, again, every single one of these, I implement each one. I still network. I still have affiliate marketing. We still have systems built to be able to attract and give referrals for coach to coach. And that's because when we're starting to grow and scale our business, we don't change what we do. We put more time into what we do and we do it better. You want to get more referrals. How can I maximize the relationship? You want to get more connections. How can I get more referrals from clients? I don't all of a sudden change a tool that's working. I figure out how to use the tool better. So I implement each one of these because they continue to work, and that's how they improve month over month. Now, the final section is number 3, and this is what you can pay for to fill your lead generation. So this one's a little different. It involves leveraging some funds in your business to create a marketing budget. And listen, if you don't have a marketing budget, there are tons of different ways to leverage and to create a marketing budget. But I want to share the standard of how much you should be using for marketing, because I think a lot of coaches tend to get this wrong. Most coaches and businesses and practitioners establish about 7 to 12% of their annual revenue for marketing. And that can be used with paid advertising, different ads, different campaigns, stuff I'm going to share with you right now. But that's about the budget that you should be looking for every single year, because it's the difference between having people in the pipeline and even successful established businesses with high level of social media. Even they do paid ads. And that's because social is very unpredictable. You might create 2 posts that are identical and see results from one and not get results from the other post. So scaling past 20K months, you are at some point going to have to look into paid advertising. And this is how you start to develop that budget for it. So paid advertising, if used correctly, it can be stupid strong in your business. Now, if you're someone who's like, I've ran $30 ads and that didn't work, I don't want you to dismiss this area, okay? Because one of the most challenging things about marketing is it comes down to consistency. It's not necessarily the budget, but it's how long someone sees the ads for. If you run $30 ads a day, every single day for only 30 days, chances are not many people are going to take you up on your offer. But if they see your marketing, your promotions, and your ads for an entire year at $10 a day, they're going to say, wow, this person keeps coming up on my feed. And it's not just January or March, but it's also July, and it's also September, and it's also November. And so the person starts to be like, hey, you know what? This person has been established. They've been here for a really long time. So maybe it is time that I take action on this. And when it comes to marketing, the first place for marketing spend is to get leads from Facebook ads. Facebook ads is so huge. It's still the number one thing that draws in leads. Think about the amount of Facebook users. Think about the connection to Instagram as well that you do in the form of posting. And what these allow you to do is Facebook and Instagram allows you to create a target audience in which you can actually put your ads to the people who matter. So unlike Google, which is a pay-per-click and you're hoping that someone's going to search it, or something like YouTube, which you have to have specific keywords to track, Facebook and Instagram, if you get your audience right, you can see a significant result, even if you don't have the best copy, which is where I recommend kind of starting in this. Now, when it comes to Instagram, just an important thing to note, don't run ads off of the platform because you're going to get an Apple fee. When it comes to Instagram, do it in the form of boosting posts, because it actually saves you the Apple charge if you're on an Apple device or if you're using the Apple store, and it allows you to just pay for the ad. Third place is Google Ads. It's really important. While I talked about Google Ads and saying, hey, I wouldn't recommend starting here first, if you're someone who has an established podcast, if you're someone who has a YouTube channel that's got 30 or 40 videos, it's really easy for you to have searchable terms on a Google ad and rank those searchable terms higher. So when someone is looking for a specific topic, they find your video, and then your video better damn well have a call to action at the end of it. So that's a great way to be able to just low key throw $300 to $400 a month and leverage those Google ads. Now, the final place is a little different, but it can have a huge impact, and that's doing something outside of traditional paid ads. This is supporting a team, this is working with a charity, or this is supporting an athlete. When it comes to coaches, seeing something like your logo, a brand name, messaging on a jersey, on a billboard brings a lot of credibility to your brand. When I had our studio location, and even when I was at the beginning of an online coach, I would always select a random charity every single year because the charity's audience would post and boost me. I would always support different teams and hockey teams in the area where we had our studio, because having and showing our brand every single day on a kid's jersey makes parents, family members, those were kind of my clients, makes them ask questions like, well, who is Fit for All? Who is this company? And they're going to start to connect the company with whatever you're doing. Hockey is more of a high value sport. People spend a lot of money to keep their kids on that team. And so what happens is you start to be elevated and they start to say, let me look into what that coaching company does. Supporting a charity, just straight up great for visibility, or supporting an athlete. If you are a coach and you're a nutrition coach, if you're a coach and you're a fitness coach, if you're an online trainer, if you're a practitioner, you can look to say, who can I support with my services? Who can I say, hey, I'll give you a retainer if you just post a couple of posts talking about how we can help you, and we will help support your journey to being an athlete. Athletes are incredibly grateful for that. I am a big believer as well in supporting someone's training journey. And so you can put marketing dollars towards something that you're energetically in alignment with, do a lot of good with that money, and at the same time, get a shit ton of visibility. So paid advertising, in my opinion, it's the area that people need to focus on only once they get past 20K months. And that's because when you hit 20K months, you can't keep trading any more time for money. You're going to have to use your money to make more money. And successful business owners, they use their money to make more money all the time. And so do successful investors, actually. This is why they have investment firms in which people are just trading capital, because money makes more money all the time. So that's all I have to say. There you guys have it. Start implementing these methods into your business and watch your funnel fill faster than, well, I don't know, maybe anything dirty to fill. Go with that, okay? Remember too, guys, that these methods only work with consistency. And I know you know that, but I'm going to share it anyways. Thanks, guys, so much for watching this episode. And we'll see you on another episode of Coach to Coach.